Hi, this is Dawn from Ninja Bunny Crochet. Today I'm going to show you how to make my Cafe Latte Slouch hat. I hope you enjoy this pattern. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Let's get going on the pattern. To make this hat, I use Lion Brand Landscapes yarn. It's a worsted weight 4. It has 147 yards per skein, and it's 3.5 ounces per skein. I used a 5.5 millimeter or I crochet hook to do the brim, and a 6.0 millimeter crochet hook to do the body of the hat. Now you don't have to use this particular yarn. You can use any worsted weight medium 4 yarn that you choose. To start the brim, we need to chain 9. For row 1, we need to single in each stitch, starting second chain from the hook. You should have 8 stitches at the end of row 1. Chain 1 and turn your work. For row 2, this is going to start the repeat. Single in the first single, and the second single, you're going to, for the next 6 singles, we're going to single in the back loop only for the next 6 stitches. So front loop, back loop only, next 6 stitches. And the last stitch, single under both loops. And this is going to be the repeat. Chain 1, turn your work, single in the first stitch, and the next 6 singles, single in the back loop only for the next 6 singles. Last stitch, single through both loops. This is going to make the brim, and it's going to have this nice little ridge on it. Repeat round 2 until you have 58 rows. Now that we have 58 rows completed, we need to connect row 58 to row 1. Fold your work in half and chain 1. Turn your work, and we're going to use slip stitches to connect the 2 ends. So slip stitch the 2 sides together. Be careful and make sure that you have it lined up so that you don't end up with the ribbing being crooked at the end. When you reach the end, take out your hook, insert your larger hook, and chain 1. Turn the work inside out. And then work your single crochets along the edge of the rows. Don't worry about this tail. We can crochet over the top of it, or you can weave it, pull it to the back, and you can weave it under later. But place 1 single crochet in the end of each row. Continue all the way around the hat. Placing 1 single crochet at the end of each row. When you get back to the beginning, slip stitch into the first single crochet. You should have 56 single crochet. I'll meet you at the end of this round. Okay, I'm coming up onto the last row. I'm going to put my last single crochet, and I'm going to slip stitch to the very first single I made. So I have 56 single crochets, chain 1, and we're going to put a single crochet for round 2 back into that first stitch and into the next 5 stitches. So we have 6 total. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we're going to, the next stitch, we're going to put 2 single crochets into the same stitch. And that's going to be the repeat. We're increasing on this round. So we're going to single in the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then doing our increase in the next stitch, which is 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Please repeat that all the way around till you get back to the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. I will meet you back at this first single crochet. I'm at the end of round 2. I'm ending with my increase, two single crochets in the same stitch. I now have 64 stitches. I'm going to slip stitch to my first single crochet to end the round. Now for round 3, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work because we're going to begin bobble stitches. Insert your hook right here and single crochet. Now to do a bobble stitch, we have to yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two loops left on our hook. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops only, 3 loops left on the hook. Yarn over, go into the same stitch again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops only, now 4 loops left on the hook. Yarn over again, insert back into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops only again, and now we have 5 loops left on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all 5 loops, give a little tug, and that we have completed a bobble stitch. We're going to single crochet in the next stitch and then bobble stitch in the next stitch. Just so that you can see the work on the back side of your work, or on the front side of your work actually, you'll see the bobble stitch. This is the wrong side and this is the front side or right side. So let's complete another bobble stitch. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops left on your hook. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops left on your hook. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops only, 4 loops left on your hook. Yarn over, insert into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 5 loops left on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 5, give a little tug, and a single crochet in the next stitch. Now we're going to continue with this pattern all the way around the hat until you get back to the first single crochet, and you will slip stitch into that single crochet. Please complete this round and I will meet up with you at the end of this round. coming up on the end of round 3. I have 64 stitches, 32 bobble stitches, and 32 single crochets. We're going to end with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Chain 1 and turn our work. This is going to be a single crochet round. I'm going to single crochet back into the same stitch and a single crochet into the top of the bobble, single crochet in the single that's between the bobble stitch, single crochet into the top of the bobble, single crochet that's between the bobbles, and a single crochet on top of the bobbles. And this is what you're going to do for the entire round is a single crochet in every stitch. Please complete this, and I will meet you up at the end of the round. This is the end of round 4. I have 64 stitches. We're going to end with a slip stitch to the first single crochet, chain 1, and turn. Now for round 5, we're going to do another bobble round. So we're going to single in the same stitch, and then bobble stitch in the next stitch. Again, insert your hook, draw up a loop, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn, pull through 2, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 5. Single in the next stitch, bobble stitch in the next, this is just a repeat of round 3. Once you complete round 5, you're going to repeat round 4 and do a round of single crochet. So this is a repeat of round 3, and then you're going to repeat round 4, and I'll meet you back up when you get round 5 and round 6 completed. Here we are at the end of round 6. We're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet. We have 64 stitches at the end of round 6, and for the beginning of round 7 we're going to chain 2. Does not count it as a stitch, and we're going to half double crochet into the same stitch. I'm going to half double crochet into each stitch around. You're going to half double crochet all the way around till we get back to the first half double crochet. Do not slip stitch into that chain 2. That does not count as your first stitch. You're going to half double crochet into the first half double crochet. Then for round 8, repeat round 7 and half double crochet again around. I'll meet you back up at the end of round 8. I've come to the end of round 8. I have 64 stitches. We're going to slip stitch to the first half double crochet. Round 9 is a single crochet round. We're going to chain 1, single in the same stitch, and single in each stitch around. Round 9 is going to start the repeat. Okay. I will meet you back up at the end of this round where round 10 will begin the repeat. Alright, we're at the end of round 9. We still have 64 stitches, and we're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet. Now this is going to begin the repeat round. Rounds 10 through 16 are a repeat of rounds 3 through 9. So all we're going to do is chain 1, turn our work, single crochet into that same stitch, and next stitch will be a bobble stitch. So this is going to be a bobble stitch round. This is the exact same round as round 3. Then round 11 will be the same as round 4, which is the round of single crochet. Then round 12 will be the same as round 5, which is a round of bobble stitches. And then round 13 will be a round of single crochet. Round 14 will be half double crochet. Round 15 will be another round of half double crochet, and round 16 will be a round of single crochet. All we're doing is repeating what we just did. So please repeat rounds 3 through 9, and that will be rounds 10 through 16, and I'll meet you up at the end of round 16. Coming up on the end of round 16, I'm going to single crochet into the last stitch. We have 64 stitches, chain 1, and turn the work. We're going to do one more repeat of rounds 3 through 9 for rounds 17 through 23. So we're going to start with our round 3, which is the bobble stitch round. Single in the first stitch, and we're going to bobble stitch in the next stitch, excuse me. Just like we've done before, you've already done this. This is just another repeat. This is going to be our last repeat. When we finish this repeat of rounds 3 through 9, we're going to fasten off and gather up the end to close up the hat, and then attach the pom-pom if you want a pom-pom on your hat. If you don't want the pom-pom, you don't have to attach the pom-pom. Okay, please complete the repeat of rounds 3 through 9, and this will be for round 17 through 23. And I'll meet you up when we finish this repeat. Here we are at the end of round 23. I'm going to slip stitch into the first single crochet, and then we're going to fasten off. Make sure you leave a long tail so that we can sew the hat closed. Okay, you need to get a yarn needle. Let's get a bigger one. Here's our yarn needle. And we're going to thread our yarn needle and then just work in and out of all the stitches around the hat, the top of the hat, around round 23. Till you get back to the beginning. Okay, coming up onto the last couple of stitches, and we're going to gather up the top of the hat like this to close it up. Be careful you don't pull too tight all at once and break your yarn. And you're going to want to pull snugly, but not too tight where you break the yarn. Once you got it pulled as close as you think you're going to get it, where you got that hole as small as you can get it, then make a couple of cross stitches to completely close the end of your hat. You want to go back and forth a couple of times in a couple different directions just to close up that hole. Once you're satisfied that you've got that hole closed up, I'm going to do one more just to make sure I've got it tight. Just like this. I'm going to bring the yarn down through the center. I'm going to bring the needle down through the center of the hat to the inside, like this, to tie it off. Tie it up. Now you can attach a pom-pom to the top of your hat if you'd like. It's completely up to you. If you want a pom-pom on the hat, like I had on the picture at the beginning, I had a faux fur white pom-pom, or more cream pom-pom. But if you don't want to attach a pom-pom, or if you want to make a pom-pom out of the same color yarn, you should have enough of the yarn left over to attach to make a pom-pom out of the same color yarn. If you were using the same color yarn that the same type of yarn that I had started with. If you were using a different brand yarn, you could use, if you have enough left over, you could make a pom-pom. There you have your hat. And don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my tutorial videos. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.